Yo, what's up? My name is Ed Hain, professional saxophonist. So yeah, about 4 years ago I promised to make a series of videos on how to play, and that didn't really happen because I live in fear. Yeah, anything you're scared of, just leave a comment. Okay, so like, sound is the most important thing. I've got it at the top of the Holy Trinity. It is the cornerstone of everything. If you have a terrible sound, no one is gonna care, and yeah, that's the truth. So what distinguishes what I like to call a high school sound to like a professional sound? What is it? So yeah, what makes a bad sound? That is the question. A high school sound is
weedy, it is weak, it is out of tune, it is thin, the dynamics are out of control.
Vape? No, alto saxophone.
It is just everything bad. So yeah, I'm gonna sprout some words of wisdom about sound and how I got my sound and how long it took. It's a hard thing, no one is really happy with their sound. It's an ever-going process. It is difficult. It is very hard. To get a good sound, you have to become one with the instrument. You need to become one flesh with that saxophone. Because when you make the reed vibrate, the whole instrument vibrates, and your head vibrates, your body vibrates. And so what you need to do is you need to practice. You really need to practice, and you need to let the reed just vibrate a lot. So in this video I'm going to show you how I work on sound, and so yeah, here we go. So step one, you need to get inspired. You need to really have an idea of a good sound, and like ideally this should happen in the first few years of playing. Like when I was 10 and 11, my favorite recording was Lisa Simpson on the Simpsons Sings the Blues album.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy.
And man, what a sound. I need to find out who played on that record, but man, is that killing. So yeah, I had an idea, and I knew what I played did not sound like that. So thus began the journey. Okay, so I'm gonna sit down now, and we're gonna play together, and I'm gonna give you a little lesson. Okay, so I'm playing my tenor today. So how do we get a sound? A good sound? Well, the fundamental pitch of any saxophone is the low B flat, which is all fingers down, yeah? There's no pad that's open. It's a full pipe. It's as if I'm just blowing into a seashell or something. I don't know. There's no... it's just one column of air. And this is what we're going to work on. I'm going to talk a bit about airspeed, okay? Airspeed and air amount, okay? So when we're playing low and the vibrations are slower, we need more air and a slower airspeed, okay? And this is something that I don't really hear talked about much for many educators or anything. Usually at school it's like, oh, just blow and wiggle your thing, play the music, blah blah blah. But to really master sound, you need to master airspeed and the amount of air that's going through, that's passing across the reed, okay? So how do we do this? Okay, so we can do the noob way, which is just to blow harder. If we blow harder, then there'll be more air, but there'll be a higher airspeed, which is why it's quite often hard for intermediates or beginners to play low because they're just putting too much air in, it's going too quickly, and so it just jumps up the octave a bit like this. You get that classic beginner rubbish. So what we need to do is we need to alter the shape of our actual throat, okay, and to do that we use like vowel sounds, okay. So the basic vowel sounds I'm going to talk about are O, so or and E, okay. So or, your mouth is very open and a lot of air is coming out, and so that's the vowel shape that we play for low notes, okay. So when we're playing a low note, we go oh, and we kind of sing the note as we play it, and to do that, and that gives actually the perfect amount of air and the perfect airspeed for that note. Strangely enough, it works. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you now. So that was a low B flat, probably not the best B flat I've ever played, but it came out and it was pretty good, if I say so myself. Okay, another thing is we're going to talk a bit about lip placement on the reed. Okay, so it was explained to me by Dave Liebman that our lower lip is like the felt on a piano hammer hitting the string, and it modulates how much the reed is allowed to vibrate. So the further out your bottom lip is, the more the reed vibrates and the brighter your sound is going to be, which I like doing it that way. That's how, for me, that's proper jazz saxophone kind of embouchure. Classical embouchure is with your bottom lip like this, and I don't know, I sound the same now whatever embouchure I use, but I like to use lip out. Okay, so now I've got the B flat down. Now in any note there's the overtone series, and so the first one is an octave and then blah blah blah, the overtones get close together, and so yeah, this is something to practice, okay. And so overtones are useful because it teaches you proper voicing for different registers of the horn. So the higher you are in your register, on the register of the sax, the greater the airspeed needed. And to do that, you need to gradually change the shape of your throat from a wide open or to a closed E. It sounds ridiculous. Okay, that's what we do overtones for. And to get an overtone, we need to not use, we don't bite. That's wrong. Biting is wrong. Always. Whether it's only good when you're eating food. That's the only time you should bite, unless you're a bit freaky in the sack. So don't bite, and don't try and get the higher ones by blowing harder. The key to the exercise is to achieve playing through the overtone series only by changing the airspeed from your throat. Thank you. Thanks for the round of applause, everyone. So that was the overtone series, and by mastering that, you improve the sound. So when I play through the range of the horn, I get optimized airspeed and airflow. And it's also the key to altissimo. Okay, so now we're going to talk about tuning, and obviously we want to be in tune. So my advice to work on this is to not use a tuner, and instead find a nice tempura drone on the internet, on YouTube. And the idea is to hear the note before we play it, and then try and play it bang in tune. So this is an A flat drone I found, and yeah, you know, I'm just gonna have a little play. The major scale is a beautiful thing, it really is, and I'm going to talk about it more in my harmony video, but for now I'm just going to play different degrees of the scale and really try and hear it in tune before I play. When I adjust my tuning, I'm not trying to use as little lip as possible. I'm not a perfect player by any means, but I'm trying to voice the note before I play it, okay? So here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there, and I think you probably have a lot of stuff, hopefully, that you might have gotten from this video, and I'm going to hopefully make the next two videos on harmony and rhythm, and yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this experience with me. I mean, obviously I could talk about sound for a long time. I mean, I've just touched upon a few things to be working on, but I think they're the most basic fundamentals. Yeah, so leave me a comment if you've enjoyed this video, and yeah, let me know if you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.